woman next to Lily's table started confronting them out of nowhere. Lily ended up posting this encounter on their TikTok, which quickly became the most popular video on their account.
This is one of those problems where like Lily's first ever Outrage video was like valid as and then they wanted to farm it.
Lily would upload a TikTok taking selfies in every bathroom in Disneyland.
You're a content creator. You should know better than to invade somebody's privacy.
Literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie.
If you're the kind of creator who really wants people to be sensitive to you, you can't be the type of content creator that goes and like kind of pushes past people's boundaries. Lily Tino really f***ed themselves up because they probably could have been like a wholesome chungus, the creator, if they just did food reviews. What happens is like now you're generating a bunch of people that don't want to watch you because they like you. They want to watch you because you're controversial, because you wanted to get a bigger audience faster instead of generate like a meaningful audience. I'm interested in this Lily Tino video. I haven't really checked in. The last time they had a controversy at Disney, my favorite place at Disney, and like they were filming in the bathroom or whatever to, you know, rage bait on the internet, internet for attention. That's what they do. But then I looked at their TikTok. I didn't realize they haven't made any content, and like since then, it's like over a month ago. Well, it's not actually. It's literally a month ago, but I'm a big fat idiot, so fuck me.
In 2007.
Crazy. They look like Vosh. Right? They look like, I don't know. They look kind of like Vosh. Maybe this is what Vosh did after the, you know, horse folder incident. But yeah, I want to watch this internet anarchist video. I'm kind of curious about this first,
so the
though.
whole point of why I do what I do.
You can.
The whole
okay, great.
point of why I do what I do, which is create content, is to educate.
That's not true.
And to entertain.
I hate it when people do this. They feel so inflated. They don't educate anybody. They go around, they rage bait, like whatever. Just be honest about it.
In that order. And
all right, you're boring me, Lily. Sorry, we're going right to the video.
Creator. What happens when a creator tries to rage bait the entire internet? Well, in most cases, they end up like Lily Tino, who went
or Neon. Isn't Neon's whole thing to just rage bait on the internet for attention?
And from having the support of hundreds of thousands of people for their transition, to becoming one of the most hated TikTokers of all time. And in many people's eyes,
were they ever really supported for their transition? I feel like, were they really?
Rightfully so. What started as a discussion on trans rights turned into them harassing minimum wage service workers to farm content.
Okay, the Sweetwater starts at, okay.
Well, so just to be clear, like the beginning of it wasn't exactly that. In the beginning, it didn't seem like Lily Tino was trying to rage bait service workers at all. What it really seemed like was that she would go out and, you know, eat it out at fast food places and then get misgendered and then get kind of upset about it. And then from that point on, it seemed like they were kind of baiting for that type of attention because they knew that they got good views. And so it's one of those things where they were probably, you know, kind of valid in the beginning. And then that just... I mean, now people just look at her and go like, oh, you're just stupid. I mean, I even see people talking about how they're not really a girl and all this other stuff. I've talked to people that were like, oh, they think that it's just a fetish for her. I don't think I believe that, but, you know, I don't know. Thanks for $5 from YOLO Ranchero. 24 karat gold, the boo-boo. True.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts.
It's always a knife.
Every single time.
Always a knife in my pants.
In women's bathrooms without others' consent and discussing topics at Disneyland not appropriate for the children around them.
Yeah,
I think
especially don't record it, you know what I mean? That's a little crazy.
Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact.
This is the education they were referring to, by the way. This is the education they were referring to.
Not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog.
Lily Tino's spiraling TikTok career can only be described as a series of bad choices that alienated everyone, including
yeah, I mean, like, here, let's be, like, real, though. Let's be real about Latino. There's nothing there. Like, I think that Lily Tino doesn't have a content that's worth anything. It's not like we're talking about somebody that's, like, super intelligent and has a lot to say or interesting or funny or this or that. we're not talking about somebody like we're talking about Lily Tino. We're talking about somebody who they're pretty much their entire career was like, hey, you know, I'm trans and I eat food, and then that turned into I want to continuously rage bait for attention because I got like a lot of good views once people when I would act offended. So now I'm going to set up more scenarios like that, and I feel like they've pretty much run their course. I mean, the alternative to this was them not being an obnoxious fuck and just like trying to have a nice fan base for them to be wholesome, I guess, and get a real job. So that would have been smarter. But
including the people that made them famous in the first place. They had every opportunity to scale back their antics, apologize, and promise to do better, but Lily Tino chose to double down until there was no one left in their support.
she should have chose double D's, you know what I'm saying, guys? You know, big boobs is the joke.
You know, I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm always going to be a confrontational person, but I think there's ways to do it that are not channeling the anger I feel at the world for hurting me.
This is actually like unhinged.
So to that end, I'm gonna take a break.
And now they might even get banned from their favorite place on top of losing their career.
Probably not. It takes a lot for TikTok to fold the pressure. I remember back in the day, I forget exactly who it was, but there was like some fucking weirdo on there, and like people could not get that person banned, even though they were like talking to kids and shit. It might have been Gemini. So they're probably not going to get banned. They're probably lying low to wait for the controversy to be over.
Yeah. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're diving into the deserved downfall of Lily Tino, how they drew the anger of the internet.
That's not a very flattering picture.
Turned even their most loyal fans against themselves, and violated people's privacy so severely it could potentially land them behind bars. But you know what's not behind bars?
Is it going to be an advertisement?
The subscribe button, which is why
it's kind of an advertisement.
I can't understand why 76% of people watching my videos aren't subscribed.
Wow, how do you even find that? I'll subscribe to you, bud. Don't worry about it, dude. We can be friends.
So please, take a moment to subscribe and let's get into the video. Before they became the viral trans TikToker hated by everyone.
Bro, it's so terrible because, like, I don't know. Do I want to, like, say anything? I don't know. They do OnlyFans, so I looked at it. I looked at the leaks, and it's just like, it's like, damn, it's so terrible to say, but it's like nothing's impressive. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing. It's like, damn, that's not impressive. That's a sad thing to say, but let's see. Let's try to find my percentage of my viewers that jerk me off or whatever the fuck it's called. How do we find this chat? How do we find out? Dude, if they ban me from Disney, I'd fucking shit my pants. I'm trying to find out how you look at the analytics. I don't know how to watch. Look at this. Oh, I got 50. I got about 53% of the people, like about 50-50 of subscribed and not subscribed. So that's pretty cool.
Lily Tino was 27-year-old Nicholas Contino.
Damn. It always ruins the allure when you see what they look like beforehand, huh? Terrible.
Who came out as a transgender woman to his boss and colleagues in 2020. Their peers were quite supportive and even encouraged them to share their transition with the rest of the world online. Lily took their advice and started posting on TikTok. What none of them realized, however, was just how effective this was going to be, as Lily Tino went viral with just their 5th video on the platform, with it getting over 9 million views. More importantly, the comment section of this video was filled with people offering their support to Lily. Over time, they also started calling themselves a food critic and began live streaming their experiences at restaurants.
Yep, they should have just stuck with that instead of trying to rage bait for some kind of attention and fuck themselves over.
Lily Tino and their chat would also try to end most streams with a heartwarming gesture by pitching in to come up with a huge tip for Lily's server.
My audience came together and put together a little tip for you.
Oh,
that's nice.
Thank you.
I have seen it though. It's pretty big.
Oh, thank you guys
Give me some when you get rid of it.
so much. It's very sweet. Oh my goodness.
Do you want to know how much it is?
No, I'm afraid to ask.
Do you want me to write it down for you?
$1 trillion.
Oh my god, you guys. That is so sweet. Oh. Oh my god.
So far, so good, but one of these wholesome live streams was about to become the starting point of their downfall.
Stop using this picture. It's fucking rude. It's just not a great... It's just not a great representation.
This incident took place at a Cheesecake Factory where Lily was enjoying a meal with their dog.
Yeah, that's cool. But also, how the fuck do you get a dog in Cheesecake Factory? And also, can we just talk about how, like, every time I go to fucking Cheesecake Factory, it takes so fucking long to get, like... Why does it take so long? I feel like, Cheesecake Factory takes so fucking long to get, like, you know, waited on or whatever. And I don't blame the staff, but every single fucking time I go there, it just seems to take fucking forever. Every single fucking time I go there, it takes fucking forever. And it's crazy to me how long it takes to get your fucking service or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, they'll seat me fast as fuck, but then it takes fucking forever for the food to come out.
When a woman next to Lily's table started confronting them out of nowhere, declaring herself as a TERF.
You know I'm a TERF, right?
You know I'm a TERF, right? Why would I know that? You know what I mean? You know what I'm fucking saying? Like, why the fuck would I know anything about you? Here's Ranger.
Trans-eccentric.
All right. Ooh, J.K. Rowling at the restaurant, baby.
Are you a TERF?
I'm a TERF.
Wow.
A TERF, for those who don't know, is someone who identifies as someone that hates transgender people.
Well, it's a trans exclusionary radical feminist. So basically, it's like a trans person that does hate, or excuse me, it's a cisgender woman that hates trans people under the guise of like feminism. So,
and true to her label, this woman was out to get Lily in any way she could.
Oh.
Would you like me to move somewhere else? I will.
No, actually, you should tell me about being a TERF.
You're a boy, right? Don't fuck with me, because honestly, I did. I did hard.
Lily ended up posting this encounter on their TikTok, which quickly became the most popular video on their account. And
so it begins. This is one of those problems where like Lily's first ever Outrage video was like valid as fuck, and then they wanted to farm it. And that is one of the biggest traps that content creators fall into. It's like that. It's where they get a lot of views for something, and then they feel the need to continuously replicate that situation. And they force it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you have like a really controversial situation that happens, or you know, if somebody like does something wrong to you, or this, that, and the other, or if you're dancing, you know. But sometimes you can do it successfully, sometimes you can't. You can't fucking, when you do some kind of controversy related thing, you can't force it. It comes off as very inauthentic. The people started to pick up on that. And there's already so many people who wanted to pick up on that. There are already so many people who wanted to hate Lily Tino because they were trans, and people don't like trans people, unfortunately. And so now it's just like taken off.
Drummed up even more support for them, with comments like, "She thought she did something. I love your composure. I would have gone nuts.
I love your composure.
And I'm so sorry, you handled this so well." However, as this video gained more traction, people started noticing some odd things about it, like the abrupt cuts in the video, which could have hid some of Lily's response to the woman that might have riled her up even more.
I mean, who cares if she riled her up even more? As long as the initial interaction was valid, it does not matter. And also, what are they not supposed to cut the video? They're supposed to show like the entire live stream as a clip, you know?
Some even accused the video of being completely staged in its entirety.
Maybe.
With a comment going into more detail about why it felt fake, stating, "The first video with the TERF screaming in the restaurant, it feels fake to me. Like the person going off screen and screaming out of nowhere. I'm wondering if this was set up by Lily."
I mean, it could have been, or this person could be on coke because they don't want to believe that trans people get targeted.
It would have been easy to have their mum or friend at another table, make a scene, and never return to that restaurant. That
I suppose.
It looked like a fancy place. No one is going to start yelling. They'd complain to the manager
I've never been to a fucking Cheesecake Factory, boss.
quietly. And while these comments faded into obscurity, they managed to sow the seeds of doubt into their viewers' minds. This eventually opened the door for even more skepticism about Lily's seemingly pure on-camera personality. though most people still gave them the benefit of the doubt. That is, until Lilly started becoming a bit more obvious with their rage bait videos. You see, after the success of their video documenting the encounter with the turf lady, Lilly's content started making a subtle shift. They were still posting their food rating videos, but the content that was getting them the most views was their misgendering videos.
Yeah, they should probably not try to farm those. It's like a really toxic idea. Just like chill out and like let things happen organically and get known for other stuff.
In these videos, Lilly would post incidents where restaurant staff and waiters called them sir largely by accident, leading to Lilly getting visibly upset and often complaining to the manager.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But damn, it's so unfortunate, man. I don't know. It's so hard because I feel like, not to be like rude, but if you look at somebody like Lily Tino, I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm old. I feel like it's hard to tell what they want to be called on first glance, if that makes sense. Not to be fucking rude or anything, but you know, there's so many different things now that are like valid, right? Like you have trans women and trans men, but then you got like fucking femboys, and you got like you know, some people just like to dress, you know, masculinely or femininely, and I could see why people might look at Lily Tino and go, you know, hey, he or her or she, like it's, you know, I know that they dress very femininely, but they, you know, they still have some, you know, masculine features. So I feel like, you know, it's one of those things where maybe they just don't know. I mean, when in doubt, just say like, what are your pronouns? That's fair. But then again, also, I feel like, I don't know. I think did she say it at the beginning of the video? Like, oh, hey, I'm a girl. Maybe that's what it is. And then maybe they forget. I don't know.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir.
On the surface, these videos seemed educational.
But they're just like reasonably valid, honestly, so far.
Designed to teach their viewers how it feels to be
But it also seems like those people are not like too upset about it. Or like they're just like, oh, so sorry. Like they're not like pushing back, you know?
Gendered.
Did you call me sir? Hey, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Call me sir.
Oh.
I think the problem is you got to stop going to Hispanic restaurants. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be that guy. I feel like trans stuff very like because like they all seem like kind of Hispanic. There's nothing wrong with Hispanic people at all, but like, you know, trans the concept of trans people is somewhat like, I guess, new, and it's more of like a Western concept. That's where it's understood more, you know. So I feel like you're gonna struggle maybe if you go to a you know, if you go to a restaurant where maybe some people are not as Americanized. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I feel like there should be at least an acknowledgement of that. Like, oh yeah, man, like give him a break. You know, give him a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's a knife to heart.
Just hurts a lot to get called.
It's like a knife to my balls,
sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is.
It's also a voice thing too. Like the voice is like a little tough. And okay, so I'm really not trying to be like super transphobic or anything, but like also, you know, I've heard trans people talk before and all that, and even ones that haven't necessarily gone through like a surgery, like a lot of times they'll try to like sound a little more feminine. They'll do like some personal vocal training. I've never heard Lily Tino do some kind of vocal training, like, or even really try. They always sound very masculine every time I hear them.
It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir.
Right? Like, I feel like like every trans person, and I'm not saying you have to, but every trans person I've seen is usually like, they don't go, hey, it's me, I'm a girl. They'll be like, hey, how are you doing? And they'll try to like talk a little softly. You know, I got that gay voice on fleek. What? You know? And I'm not seeing that from Lillard too well. That's one of the issues a little bit.
I feel like I need to tell him.
I have to tell him
that hurts. It hurts so more, though, and it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him.
I don't know. I'm struggling. I mean, I'm really struggling a little bit because like it's just a voice. It's like, oh, that means that this is not a her to this person. Yeah, I get that, but like you're not even making like an effort with the voice. I feel like the voice is a big deal, right? I don't know.
I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, you know, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt.
Is she posting all these herself, or are these people? I think she's posting all these herself. I'm assuming.
Thank you. I'm not, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Not, sir.
I fucking. Let's just put all the trans stuff aside. What a terrible outfit. You look like shit. Sorry, this is a shitty ass outfit.
Not, sir. But
Not
the guy
sir.
who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
So I'm gonna assume that Lily Tino is the one posting these, and it's not just other people like seeing it and posting it themselves, like on the live stream. Because if this is just happening in the live stream and she doesn't clip it, I don't really care. Because this is just like, oh, it's happening, it is what it is. But if she's explicitly clipping these things, and she's the one showing people, like, hey, look at all the times getting misgendered, it's just kind of beating a dead horse at a certain point. Which does bring us back to Vouch, which Lily does look like. So, you know, it's just right. They look so similar. I don't know. I'm just saying. I just wish there was a way for me to verify it. Although, I mean, Internacris is like an honest guy, right? Like, how? I wish they were. Those are probably older videos. Oh my god. Why is this one censored?
I'm gonna get banned from this library. Focus. If you are someone who thinks that the word cisgender is a bad word.
Shut up, bitch. It's a live stream and Lily clips it. Okay. You say so. Oh yeah, look at that. We got.
Do you want to say that to the camera?
Oh no, that one's probably valid, actually. I think. Because somebody's like walking up to them being disrespectful.
I am finally getting my banana split later this year. I talked to my...
Yeah, it looks like it is from their channel. It's just like, it's crazy because like once we stopped with the misgendering stuff.
Looks like he's having
yeah,
nice feast.
Her.
Once we stop with the misgendering posts, we start doing the weird rage baiting posts. It's always like something. Also, there's a lot of posts of them showing their before and after. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like an expert on trans people, but like I feel like I wouldn't want to show people my before because it would make me feel dysphoric. But maybe I'm just like uneducated, honestly.
I'll let him know that, and GM as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But as more and more of them started popping up, their audience started getting visibly annoyed at their treatments of the waiters, with people commenting, "My God, you're so sensitive," and "Why speak with a manager and make people feel even more guilty for misgendering you? It's going to happen."
That part is, I think, somewhat valid. If the person does it on accident, like I don't think you need to always speak to the manager. I can agree with that.
Get over it. People also pointed out that most of these workers are probably on a minimum wage working long hours, and judging from their accents, many didn't sound like English was their first language.
That one is probably the most valid to me. Like I said, like, you know, the trans conversation is very, it's like very Western. So I could understand why somebody that's like non-Western wouldn't necessarily understand or be as like, you know, socially educated. I mean, would you expect somebody that, you know, where they don't even have as many like workers' rights in another country, or like is going to be a socially educated? Like, no, probably not.
So most of them probably didn't mean to misgender Lily Tino. Regardless of some pushback, these videos were incredibly successful at gathering attention from the internet.
Yeah, but it's all the wrong attention. Like Lily Tino really fucked themselves up because they probably could have been like a decent, like they probably could have been like a wholesome Chungus, the creator, if they just did food reviews and they didn't really worry too much about the times where they would get misgendered, and then after that, like going in public and doing weird, like, hey, look, it's a banana and that's a wiener, and then doing that at Disney. If they had just like kept being wholesome. But what happens is like now you're generating a bunch of people that don't want to watch you because they like you. They want to watch you because you're controversial, and they might even just fucking hate you so much that they want to watch you. Because that's something that can like legitimately happen. like they just dislike you so much that they just want to see like, oh, this pisses me off, I'm gonna watch it. So it's, you know what I mean, it's like rage bait farming. And so now you don't have like a cool audience of people that are like, oh, I like Lily Tino, because you wanted to get a bigger audience faster instead of grow slowly and generate like a meaningful audience. And then every once in a while you want to throw out a political video, which she does, and then it's like, why the fuck would, and like nobody's gonna take you seriously in your politics because you're the rage bait Lily Tino. You know?
The views on Lily's TikToks ascending into the millions. However, it wouldn't take long.
Which is even funnier when you realize TikTok does not pay that well. It doesn't pay well enough to rage bait on.
For this attention to turn into a curse for Lily, because some people saw how upset Lily got at being misgendered.
Stop, dude. I feel like this is the biggest slur. She's constantly showing this picture.
And decided to farm it for entertainment by openly taunting them in the public.
Is it a 10 out of 10, sir? I am. It looks exclusive.
Oh, would you like to show your faces?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, young men are annoying as fuck, huh? Thanks for $20 from Party Boy DC. Hey, Pop, I love your videos. I love listening to you while I work, and best wishes to you, my guy. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a lot. I love you. Thank you for $20. I really appreciate that. This is like a weird conversation here because now we have the timeline of them getting like misgendered on accident by very apologetic workers. Lily making a bunch of posts that were like, I'm getting misgendered, like clipping their live and making a lot of posts about that. And then people starting to approach her to try to get her to be pissed off so they could be part of their video. It's mostly young men, and it's shitty for them to do that. And they shouldn't be doing that. But then on the other side, it's like, you know, that's kind of what she wants to play into. But I wonder if that's why they stopped doing all the misgender posts, because they started getting like legitimately harassed here, you know?
Do you want to say that to the camera?
You want to say that to the camera?
Hundreds and hundreds of people watching you?
Whoa.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You just called me a man. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward.
A little based from Lily here.
And while many people were still on their side through all of this, they would all turn on them eventually when a disturbing discovery about their past came to light.
What? They used to have a wiener?
In April 2024, a Twitter user by the name of Riley posted some screenshots of Lily Tino's disturbing Reddit posts and conversations from when they were 18.
Who was 18? Lily?
Including Lily Tino's recounting of an inappropriate encounter they had when they were just 3 years old with another girl of the same age.
I'm reading through deleted comments from Reddit, and holy fuck, I don't know if I posted this right in the comments, but there's the other one. When I was 3, I'm a guy, and my 3-year-old friend, a girl, and I would play doctor, I put my fingers in her probably vagina. Okay, I don't care about this.
And framing it as something erotic.
I mean, I can't read the rest of this, so I don't know if it's framed as erotic. I don't know what it just says ask Reddit. I don't know the context here to know if it's erotic or it's just them being a weird freak and like just saying stuff that like maybe they wanted to admit.
Also a Reddit post I found.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that they found it erotic or thinking about it, but I don't know.
Where Lily posted a picture doing blackface with Nutella.
Wow, that's Lily Tino with nut on her face. That's fucking insane. I just picture fucking crazy. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. That's just an insane picture. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Jesus fuck. All right, I gotta get that. We gotta get that picture on the for a potential thumbnail. That's wild. That's just a wild picture. They should put that. They should put that picture on their OnlyFans. Lily Tino with nut on her face. It's incredible.
And when someone called them out for,
I wonder if they're gonna bring up the whole controversy where that other trans creator, Colleen Bean or whatever their name is, tried to cancel them because Lily asked if she wanted to do OnlyFans with her.
They responded with, "It's funny, geez, lighten up, guys." These racist and straight up PDF-philic posts highlighted Lily's hypocrisy.
Well, I don't know if they're pedophilic, saying that when you were again, I don't know the context of it, but saying when you were 3, you and your other 3-year-old friend would play doctor is not pedophilic because you're both 3, unless we could show that they were like legitimately like, oh yeah, that was hot or something. That would make it very problematic. But I didn't see enough context there because half of it's censored, which I get it. You want to be careful or whatever. That's fine, but it doesn't show enough for me. So
hypocrisy, considering how most of their popular content on TikTok was berating minimum wage workers for mistakenly calling them sir. Riley's Twitter post also featured a screenshot where someone was discussing how Lily had become desperate enough to try and recreate their Cheesecake Factory moment, and that they were going to choose Disneyland as the place to catch another turf and get them ejected for more attention. And while they might have been wrong about some details, their prediction about the stunt taking place at Disneyland was spot on, but even they couldn't have guessed how perverted the stunt was going to be. As during Lily's most recent trip, they decided to explain how sex change operations worked while sitting at a restaurant in Disneyland in front of children.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney.
Well, yeah, they're doing this for the attention, for the social media, the negative social media attention. Oh, okay. So August is here, and she said the context of the post was something wrong that you did in the past. So it seems like they were just admitting something that they did wrong. People were jumping on it.
Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel.
Naturally, Lily's audience were disgusted by this behavior and were quick.
I mean, it's not really disgusting behavior. It's just like very obvious, like rage bait behavior, and it's just like embarrassing and pathetic for her. But again, like she's looking to Outrage farm. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. She's looking to Outrage farm on the internet, and like there's your kind of problem. And so it's like, yeah, I think that people were being disproportionate. I do think it's like stupid and inappropriate to do that. But at the same time, I don't really like care that much. Like no kids were like get in the vicinity and like, you know, no kids were like in a spot where they were going to be like negatively affected by that. But she's looking for the negative attention because she's trying to like ride negative attention waves for, you know, any attention. So that's kind of your problem there. And that's why it's like, yeah, I don't really feel bad for you because you know what you're doing.
To push back with comments like, "This is actually gross.
Ew,
not a place to be talking about that stuff." And "This is disgusting. You could have done that in a million other places than a child's wonderland."
Yeah, that's true. One time I went to Disney and I licked my fingers after I ate French fries with ketchup and I got sick the next day. So I don't know if you guys notice, you should not lick your fingers at Disney. This is a... I'm sure no one's ever told you that before.
You need to be banned and registered, but even if you disregard...
you need to be registered. Fucking chill out.
The fact that Lily is talking about this in Disneyland, wearing Disney merch and sitting in a public place that's surrounded by children, you can't ignore that they posted this video on TikTok, a platform that nowadays is also dominated by children.
Alright, you guys gotta stop it. Not everything has to be pedophilic. You guys go fucking crazy. There's a lot of children on TikTok. Okay. Let's stop, please. I mean, like, you could be proportionate in your criticism here. Like, it's not, like, that deep. You know, it's not appropriate, but it's not like we're gonna survive. She's not a fucking, or a pedophile, let's be clear. It's not that fucking deep. You know? It's just, you know, stupid.
The controversy surrounding this video also made people rediscover one of their older videos, where Lily impersonated the wholesome kids character, Miss Rachel, presumably to attract children to the video and tell them about the same stuff.
Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about something super important, what it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand.
And to say people weren't happy about this would be an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if they made a video about trying to dedicate kids on being trans. Just don't let your kid watch it. I don't really care. I don't think that your child learning about trans people is going to like destroy their minds. Like Lily Tino is an obnoxious fuck, but like your kid learning about trans stuff, first of all, it's your control. Just turn it off. You know. Second of all, your kid's brain's not going to explode because they learn what a trans person is. And if you think that the conversation about like trans people is inappropriate for a kid to hear about, like you just find trans people uncomfortable, and that's fine. But it's like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't. You can tell kids about gay people and trans people. It's not a big deal. Like my kids are going to have gay uncles. They're going to know what gay is when they're children. You know what gay is? Gunkle Christopher likes boys. He loves boys. There's not going to be anything to do with sex, so it's not really that big of a deal. I just don't like it when we do like the when we do like a lot of the predatory framing around Lily, because like I think that Lily Tino is a rage baiter that's like asking for negative attention. So I don't really feel bad for them when it comes to that. But people take it and they really just try to run with the narrative about being predatory. And I don't even think it's necessarily because they're transphobic. I think it's just because that's so normal on the internet to do, and nobody gives any meaningful pushback, obviously, to hated people. As part of it, you know what I mean? It's just like easier to do. And I think there's a lot of fake activists, not internet anarchists, he's not like a fake activist, but a lot of fake activists who are like very willing to just like be like not care or even jump in the bandwagon on social media about Lily Tino, where they don't just go like, yeah, this person's rage baiting for attention and like a piece of dog shit. It's like, no, the predator narratives, those are okay. Like, let's start like really going in and digging into those. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, like, it's kind of fake of you, you know? It's a little strange. A little bit strange, but
the fact,
I guess the internet's full of like, you know, fake lefties, so it is what it is.
That you chose to only do this at an amusement park around kids tells me what I need to know about you. Lily even managed to turn a large portion of the trans community against them, with comments like, disrespectfully, you're the reason people hate us, and no way you're doing this again. You harm our community so much by being—
But there's certainly not a good representation, I suppose. That's gives people the opportunity to go like, look, see, this is all trans people, but I think it's also productive to fight back against that and be like, listen, one person doesn't represent all people.
So inappropriate as to talk about your privates and SRS at Disney around children. I do not and will never accept you in our community.
Whoa.
Getting thousands of likes. But the only thing Lily cared about by this point was to get as much engagement and by extension money as possible. Now, it's unclear if they were just being stupid or wanted to take things to the next level. What is clear, however, is that Lily's next stunt—
Well, no, it just, again, it seems like that they're locked in the controversy train where they get millions of views when they're controversial. And instead of taking a step back and figuring out a better content strategy to monetize yourself, they decided to lean in and just be as obnoxious as fucking possible. Like, they've been unproductive. I wonder if I could talk to Lily Tino. Unironically, dude. Oh, this is actually, I would love to. I would unironically really love to talk to Lily Tino about just them on like a public platform, in the way that I talked to Roman Hawk about like their controversy with Margot, and you can even ask them, him. There was a very respectful conversation where they didn't feel cornered, and same thing with Baythik, who had a huge controversy as well. That one's going to be released by the time this video is released. I would like to talk to Lily Tino because I have no interest in cornering them, but I do have some things I want to push back on and have like a real conversation about. That would be a really nice conversation, because I'm not going to dumpster dive into Lily, and I have like real questions to ask them. Like, I'm not going to hold back, but I'm also not going to try to corner them and make them feel like fucking whatever. I want like a real conversation. Like, I want to push back on some things about like, why are you doing enrage bait? You know, maybe some of the context behind, you know, some of these frankly out of context screenshots. I'm honestly very curious about why they don't try to put on a feminine presenting voice. These are like real conversations I would want to have with Lily Tino.
Single-handedly marked the end of their career on TikTok. On the 2nd of June 2025, Lily would upload a TikTok titled Bathroom Tea, which showcased a slideshow of Lily taking selfies in every bathroom in Disneyland.
Which, there's nothing wrong with taking a selfie in the bathroom at the Disneyland. But the problem is getting other people in there, and you're a content creator. You should know better than to you should know better than to like invade somebody's privacy. You know, especially since you're not just like putting it up on your silly little Instagram with like, you know, your friends and family watching. You're somebody that like gets, you know, tremendous amounts of views and attention. And that's something that makes people uncomfortable in general. But especially, you know, since you're a big content creator, it makes them even more uncomfortable.
The purpose—
She probably wouldn't want to talk to me. I don't know about that. I think that there's a chance. I didn't think Roman Hawk would want to talk to me either. And yet there we are. Who else is going to talk to Lily Tino? Like, nobody else will give Lily Tino the time of day in a productive way that I would, frankly.
Of these images was to rank each bathroom in terms of safety for transgenders. But while Lily found most of them safe, the same probably couldn't be said for the other people in there. As a comment with over 300,000 likes states, "I felt safe. Girl, no one else did though, because in most of these selfies—
Nobody felt dangerous. Nobody felt unsafe around Lily Tino there. They just felt uncomfortable.
Lily captured multiple other people in the background without their consent, which
well, you don't know that, but they probably didn't have their consent, so that's the most logical like way to operate. But yeah, no, but no, I doubt any of them felt unsafe with Lily in the bathroom. They probably just felt uncomfortable. Actually, they probably didn't feel anything. They probably didn't even know they were being recorded, or they probably didn't even know who the fuck Lily Tino was. It was probably just like one of those things where they were like, there's like another person in the bathroom, like, you know, putting up a selfie, and they probably didn't even know who it was, and they were probably like, you know, none of them, or most of them probably didn't even know about what was going on. It's still not right. You shouldn't invade people's privacy like that.
it wasn't just weird, it was potentially straight up illegal. One angry viewer threatened to report Lily to Disneyland so they could never step foot in one of their establishments again, writing, "Hey, so this is illegal in the state of Florida, and I am sending this, as well as your corn dog video, to Disney. I have already
Disney, get rid of her.
Spoken on the phone with them about this, and they have requested the links for video proof, which also means you would be banned from Disney cruises, since
Damn, that's crazy.
you have made it known that that's the next trip you're going to beg other people to pay for." Of course, Lily took this entirely the
I feel like Lily Tino needed to do, like, you need to either be trans or a Disney adult. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be both. You gotta pick a battle. You gotta pick a struggle. You know what I'm saying?
wrong way, coming out with another TikTok where they try to diminish their actions with a classic case of whataboutism.
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, "Oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate." Well, let me remind you that literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie. For example,
I mean, I just feel like if you're the kind of content creator who is, if you're the kind of creator who really wants people to be sensitive to you and you know, your struggle, which I can appreciate, you can't be the type of content creator that goes and like kind of pushes past people's boundaries by taking selfies in the bathroom, which by itself is fine, but then posting it on your very large social media platform. You know, again, if a normal person did it. I mean a non-celebrity-esque person. Just to be clear. It would be a little different because, like, it, you know, it's like, oh, my family member saw it. Nobody cares about that. But you shouldn't want to, like, even get close to making people feel uncomfortable about stuff like this.
and it's not.
And nobody cares about the bathroom part. They care about the the part where, you know, there's people in the background.
Just celebrities. Any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom. Why, you ask? Because we look cute and we want to document it.
And even tried to turn this into a trans issue instead of something they personally did wrong.
Easy answer here is, oh, Lily, you're a trans woman, so you get held to a different standard. And that is true. But people...
That probably is true. The problem is, though, is that it doesn't... See, this is one of the problems that I think that people have on the internet. It doesn't matter if you're trans or gay or whatever. Like, people are harsher against you, but the internet's criticism of you will always be disproportionate, and it's your responsibility as a creator to try to figure out where the proportionate line is, right? So somebody, like, you know, you might do something wrong, and people might be crazy about it. Like, what did they do wrong here? They took pictures in the bathroom at Disney, and that's like, you know, with people in the background, and then posted on social media. That's like that's shitty. There are some people saying like, you made everybody feel unsafe, and they probably not. Let's be fucking real. Nobody was like felt unsafe by what was going on here, right? But like, it's your responsibility to try to find the proportionality of the actual claim and just try to correct your behavior, you know, and take a second. But again, you're rage baiting. You're locked into like the rage bait cycle, so.
People judge trans women differently depending on how well they pass. If you pass, that means you don't look trans. I know that I don't pass. Trust me, I know. But passing privilege is a real thing.
Lily Tino clearly missed the actual point of the criticism here. It wasn't about whether or not they should be allowed to take a mirror selfie because they don't pass. It's that Lily took these mirror selfies with other people in the background. People who probably didn't consent to having their face posted on the internet for everyone to see. Now, there's a good chance Lily knows exactly why they were being criticized, especially since
this picture's so mean.
The whole point of their ranking system was to show how, quote, safe these bathrooms were, meaning Lily was actually rating the people inside, not the bathroom.
Wait, what? Is that true? Where are you getting that from?
But instead of shedding Lily with their ranking system was why they were being criticized, everyone to see.
I'm so confused. What?
People who probably didn't consent to having their face posted on the internet for everyone to see. Now, there's a good chance Lily knows exactly why they were being criticized, especially since the whole point of their ranking system was to show how quote safe these bathrooms were, meaning Lily was actually rating the people inside, not the bathrooms.
It's an interesting claim. I don't know if I have to see that. Let me go see if I can find the original posts. I don't know if that's true. See if I can find like the old, it probably was on Instagram, huh?
I do not know Lily personally, and I've had very little interaction with Lily prior to this.
Crazy. They might have taken them down already. I don't know if I can see that.
If you went to a grocery store or a salon or any...
I don't know, I'd have to see the, Lily Tino. Disney bathroom pictures. Are we able to see the description and stuff? I'm really curious about that. I think it's on our TikTok. I don't think it's on there anymore. I just like kind of scrolled through it. That's not what I wanted to do. Fuck. What up, Alex? I'm on their TikTok right now, and it's this is them responding to it.
You can ask the
This is just their stupid fucking dog.
In 2007, if you went to a grocery store or a salon or anywhere that sold magazines, there was one singular face.
I do not know Lily.
Recently, some green apples have decided that they don't like being called.
I am suing Lily Tino for emotional...
I do not have a child, nor trans women are the best at...
I don't think that
Disney bathroom selfies.
wait.
When did you realize your son was a monster?
Oh, here we go. We actually are on here, so. All right, I just kind of want to see this because I never interpreted it like that, but like maybe I'm wrong that it was always meant to be some kind of like rating the people. Bathroom tea. Honestly, I was pretty worried at first because Florida isn't known for being inclusive to trans people, but overall it was a really great experience. I guess that does kind of communicate that it's the people ranking everyone's bathroom at Disney. They didn't even blur their faces out. Magic Kingdom 8 out of 10. This first time using a woman's room at Disney, so I was nervous, but thankfully nobody looked at me weird. Oh, this is about the people in the bathroom. Tiffin's 2 out of 10. Got misgendered right before this pic, so the vibe was off. This one's fine, because there's nobody in it. This one's fine, too, because you can't see their face. World Showcase entry 10 out of 10. Got compliment on my fit, and there was no line for the stall. 7 out of 10. Epcot, someone smiled at me on their way out, which felt good. That's fine. Tower 8 out of 10 had a friend with me, so I felt safe. They should have just censored this, but this one should be fine. Test track bathroom 9 out of 10. Someone inside told me it looked cute. Oh, this person's censored. Wait. This person should have been censored. Why didn't they censor this person? I'm curious about that. I wonder if this person, I wonder if the person in the background was being transphobic or something to them. Because it makes me question why they didn't censor that one person, but they censored the other person in the back later on. That doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, why did they censor this woman, but not the first one? I find that to be a little strange. Animal King 3 out of 10. Someone gave me a weird look when I walked in, which felt icky. Okay. Epcot French 10 out of 10. Told the server my pronouns and got called Mademoiselle. Crazy. Overall, felt very safe. Would recommend. I'm actually so curious. The thing that gets me more than anything else about this Lily Tino shit is that this picture, they don't have her censored, but in every other picture everybody else in every other picture is censored except for this one. This is one where like they're also wear a bra. What the fuck? And it really makes me wonder why. Like, why did they do that? I don't understand. The person might have asked to be censored because they noticed the picture being taken. Maybe. I would want to ask that question to Lily. All right, let's continue.
But instead of shedding light on the real issue, they reverted back to their rage bait nature, trying to get even more engagement on their TikToks by crying about abuse.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that they're trying to rage bait with that with the Disney video. I don't know if I believe it. I don't know. I have to talk to this person. I really would need to talk to them because there's like a lot of questions I have. I don't know. The only issue is that they didn't censor one person's face. That's my problem that I have. I think a lot of people dislike this person because they're awkward and uncomfortable. I don't know. I feel like one of my questions I want to ask is, are you fucking autistic? I'm not even joking. I don't even mean that in a rude way. I wonder if there's like a social issue, because there is in some instances, there can be like an association of like having autism and being trans, which doesn't make it invalid or anything. That's not what I'm suggesting. But I wonder if that potential dual combination can make it difficult for them to understand some social situations. Okay, sorry. Let's continue.
However, it backfired completely, with no one coming to Lily's support this time. But being shunned by their own audience was about to become the least of Lily's worries, because just a couple of days later, Lily was sued by at least 2 women for their pictures at Disneyland, one of which was the mother whose child appeared in the back.
Is this even true?
2 women for their pictures at Disney.
I don't think this is
just
true.
a couple of days later, Lily was sued by at least 2 women.
This just says Florida Attorney General investigates TikTok creator Lily Tino for unauthorized restroom photos, possible criminal charges. Why do you think that the 2 women tried to sue?
For their pictures at Disneyland, one of which was the mother whose child appeared in the background of these photos.
Oh, maybe I'm just stupid as fuck. At least 2 women, a mother whose child appeared in the background of the photos was reported working with an attorney. Interesting.
But even this was just the beginning of Lily's trouble.
This problem, the problem I have with, okay, so the only problem I have with this is I remember seeing comments, and I don't think it was ever verified that they were them, and also like that they were actually those people. But maybe they are. I don't think it matters.
Because as it turned out, this controversy reached the
I wouldn't doubt that Florida's Attorney General was looking into them.
Florida Attorney General's office as well, prompting them to launch a criminal investigation into Lily's actions. If convicted, Lily could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine under Florida's strict privacy statutes, which prohibits unauthorized photography in a setting where people expect a reasonable degree of privacy. Lily's rage baiting and degenerate behavior had finally caught up to them. They responded to the news on TikTok looking utterly defeated, though still in denial.
So the whole point of why I do what I do, which is create content, is to educate and to entertain.
And still clinging onto the victim card.
You know, I'm not here to hurt anybody.
This comes off as like a fucking serial killer shit for some reason.
Always going to be a confrontational person, but I think there's ways to do it that are not channeling the anger I feel at the world for hurting me.
Jesus Christ.
So to that end, I'm gonna take a break.
Since then, there have been no new uploads on Lily's channel, as they seem to be sticking to their word about taking a break, which Lily claims is for their own insanity, but
maybe. I mean, obviously letting things die down makes sense. Unironically, actually, like I'm trying to think about it. I think that they, yeah, I have to ask them for a conversation. I feel like there's no way that they come back without talking about this stuff and just move forward, because their entire content was rage baiting, and people will never let them live it down unless they give like some kind of response.
But it's most likely on the orders of their lawyers until the lawsuits
maybe, but they didn't take the picture down, so I don't know if that's true.
Can be resolved.
Although then again, if they take the picture down, that could be in a minute some guilt too early or something.
Regardless of the reason, the internet as a whole couldn't be happier about them leaving the platform, just so they don't have to see Lily belittle any more underpaid restaurant workers, or watch them explain SRS at Disneyland. But as their story has reached more people, it has given rise to multiple theories trying to explain their reasoning for behaving this way, one of the most popular of which claims that Lily has just been cosplaying as a woman ever since they started posting on TikTok.
That is one of the questions I want to ask them, kind of.
This argument is
more that, like, I think some people think they have autogynephilia. I want to ask them their question of, like, I have a question about, like, their thoughts on that kind of shit. Like, on people saying that.
Stems from the fact that it's been 3 years since they first started talking about transitioning, but there have been no noticeable changes in Lily's physique or
Well, I mean, that's something to keep in mind. But like, you don't have to, like, there's, well, they've gotten some surgeries. It's a kind of an interesting thing because not everybody that transitions has to, like, you know, not everybody has to go through the same transition or anything. But they say, I don't know, it's just interesting because they talk about how it's like a knife through the heart if somebody misgenders them, but then at the same time, there's some things that they probably could do to be misgendered a little bit less, like if they, you know, put on the voice. they did like a little more vocal training or something. I would have to flesh this out.
Their voice.
Yeah, their voice, yeah. Like, that part does confuse me why they don't.
2007, if you went to a grocery store or a salon or anywhere that sold magazines, there was one.
They claim that this is just what Lily is into, and they have no intention of ever getting any surgery, which might actually have.
Well, they did get surgery. They got some kind of facial surgery, right?
Tino has revealed their face following a facial feminization surgery, and the internet is claiming in the comments that they don't see a difference. One commenter even wrote, "Is the face change in the room with?"
Yeah, facial. Oh my god. This is more research than I wanted to do.
You in particular, I would say, are like someone who's faced maybe the most hate out of any trans person on the internet.
I think that because my content is so grabby, the Kurt Cobain.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Is this the video? Oh, I don't think this is too much to show. It looks like they did actually get like facial surgery, so you know, yeah. So it seems like they are doing something.
Some truth to it, since so much of Lily's content
went to a grocery store or a salon or anywhere that sold magazines, there was one.
They claim that this is just what Lily is into, and they have no intention of ever getting any surgery, which might actually have some truth to it, since so much of Lily's
we saw that they are getting surgery.
Content, even before these disgusting videos at Disneyland.
That's what I'm talking about. They're not really disgusting videos. They're just like annoying and cringe. You know what I mean? Like they're not that bad. They're not good. I'm not saying they're good. You should be censoring people if you're going to take pictures in the bathroom or wait for them to be out of frame. You're in the bathroom. You could wait a second. You know, it's obviously inappropriate to be talking about fucking trans surgeries, you know, in the way that they are, but it's really not that deep. It's not like that horrifically destructive and like, oh my God, she's, you know, a lot of people get a little too sensitive. It's not disgusting. It's just like stupid and inappropriate. Like knock it off. You know, you're looking for that. But that's problem is that she's looking for this type of attention. in my opinion, from people like internet anarchists to be like, hey, this is disgusting. That's the attention they want to get, you know?
Revolved around them explaining why they haven't been able to get the surgery. It might be Lilly's way of offering excuses time and time again, when in reality, they have no intention of ever actually transitioning, just so they—
Well, they don't have to transition to like your degree. That's the problem. They don't have to transition to the degree that you find acceptable. They would just, like, everybody has like their different degree of transitioning. I am curious about some things. I am curious about like if there's any like you know, anything like breasts or whatever, or like the vocal surgery is the one that's is the most, like, you know, almost confusing to me. But at the same time, like, you know, the idea when you have gender dysphoria and you go to a therapist or like a doctor that helps you out, the idea isn't to fully transition necessarily. What you do is you kind of like, you go, this is where I'm at and here's where I want to be, and you try to meet that spot in the middle. And so like if Lily doesn't want to do those things, it doesn't necessarily make it so that she's not trans. She might just be more comfortable than like the average trans person would typically be, I suppose, based on, you know, their level of passability, I guess you'd say. You'd expect people to be like more, you know, wanting to transition more, but
they can continue to farm videos of people misgendering them accidentally. Another popular theory—
I think that's a little crazy. I don't think that Lily's like, you know what, I really want to transition, but I really like rage baiting, so I'm not going to transition. That's a little silly to me. Come on.
Is that Lily's initial intentions towards their content were actually quite pure, but as they started gaining fame online, they became addicted to attention, resulting in Lily creating rage bait videos that gradually became more and more intense as time went on. As the theory—
that's most likely true—
goes, it started with their turf video that went viral.
You know I'm a turf, right?
And then progressed to all their misgendering TikToks.
Looks like he's having a nice piece.
She, her.
Okay.
She.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
Until finally evolving into their antics at Disney, which eventually got them pretty much kicked off the platform. Now, there's no way to actually prove which one, if any, of these theories is correct, but
yeah, I don't think that Lily Tino is like a monster. I think that they're like a normal person. Well, not the transness. They are a little strange, like socially awkward, but I think that they're really just a normal person that just kind of got like social media addicted to some degree, which is like a real thing. I've seen it happen all around different people. It's pretty fucking crazy. Some people just get like super duper just fucking socially dumb as hell. And they get view addicted. You know, you get those highs, and then you feel like you need to keep chasing them. Because even I get like frustrated when I don't have like my highs for like a long period of time. You know, we've been in a little bit of a low lately. We've been doing experimenting, which is a good thing. But you know, even now I've been like, oh man, I just feel like I'm not hitting lately for myself, and it just is what it is. There's just nothing to really talk about right now. That's like the problem. But just fine. But like, you know, I probably deal with it better than most. I just try to like sit tight and chill out, you know.
But one thing's for sure, Lily's actions have managed to somehow unite the entire internet against them. Even the trans community and those who hate the trans community agree that Lily is exactly the type of person who gives trans people a bad name. At this point, it's unclear if Lily will ever return to TikTok, but considering that there's a petition with over 500,000 signatures to ban Lily from the platform permanently, along with a second petition to permanently ban them from Disney, which also has over 1,800 signatures.
That's it? Just 1,800? What the hell?
It's safe to say that the internet wants nothing to do with them. Just like Clara Dow, who lost her entire audience with one wrong decision after the other. Click the video on screen to find out more.
Alright. Incredible stuff. Well, I mean, it's a good video. Let's see if we can get a conversation with Lily, I guess.